So there's the difference between the front and the rear tires.
Whoa.
Dang, Jerry! Shit. Still a street car. Gonna go take it to a car show real quick. Drifting, car show, all kinds of fun. See you there. Spicy. Look at that, sitting in traffic. 160 cooling temps, not bad. Who's this big scumbag now? Poison the Radical? What up? With a drone?
Yep. Did you want the Sony?
Me on a Sony. Look how much you bent it more.
No,
You bent it more.
That was last year. It
Suck it
this year.
more.
You suck it more.
What kind of a comeback was that? I said suck it and you just added more to it.
Because it's more, you suck it more.
More.
I didn't even get in here. They wouldn't let me in.
Getting some tire tracks.
Oh, nice. Is that a Supra? I built that. So this is my friend Matt's car. He owns Reboot Racing. This is where we're gonna get inspiration from. Yeah, is that a Supra?
What's up? No, ain't no Supra.
Crushing it. Definitely ain't no SR either. This is the one I just did the piping on. Piping still looks good. The bumper is a little questionable.
One-handed 18 sideways.
Dang, I built both those, baby. Half the reason I like doing like small projects, side jobs, stuff like that is so when I'm at car events like this, I can be like, I built that, I built that. I built that exhaust over there. It's just fun to say. I love doing it. That's why I do it. Not charity work, it's Kyle wants to see his own shit at car events. Come back in that drone again? See if you do a high five with someone with the drone, like while they're on the bike. I ain't never seen a bigger scumbag. It's true.
Just a reminder, that's the people's car. You guys all signed that. How you doing?
How'd it feel?
Pretty good. I f***ed up Better Zone 2, but
Yeah, I'm glad you got your car running though.
me too. I'm happy.
I'm just gonna weld it all together.
That ain't performance. You're the master welder here.
I wouldn't go that far. That's a little better.
Another car that's been running on Monday. Going on the outer zone pretty well. Listening to my advice that I gave him. I'm gonna fill up the tank. Let's him go. Come on, losing a bumper.
The music was too loud, but what I'm trying to say here is that I love that our little town actually had some sort of car event go on, and I know it took a lot of hoops and stuff to jump through to make this happen, and I'm really appreciative for it, but it was such an amazing turnout.
Wait, that wasn't a good one.
That's about how good your brain works, too. Back in the garage, perfect street car, 160 Fahrenheit everywhere I went. It just temperature stays static. I love this car as a drag and drive car now. It's so cool to be like, yeah, my street car is 1,500 horsepower. I just drove it down here. Makes me smile. The next adventure on the list is we head to Calgary again so Gina can get her nose cast off. A couple weeks back, Gina had her deviated septum fix and a rhinoplasty or something like that. I don't know. I'm a dude. It's not a car. Her nose was definitely crooked, so they straightened it out and they fixed the septum. And ultimately, she gets her cast off today, so you can see her cute nose after. But that'll be in her video. I'm just showing you that we went out of town for 2 days. I didn't film for 2 days because I filmed for Gina. Alrighty, Operation New Me is underway. Not only am I getting more fit now, the garage is completely different. Anything I haven't touched in approximately 6 months is like getting thrown away. The old 5.3 block that we broke the ear off of, but it went 8.14, yeeted. The toolboxes, there's finally space on the top of them now. I've actually went through all the drawers. Okay, I opened the wrong drawer. But I went through all the drawers and, you know, now there's room in a lot of them. Wow, Kyle. Fat box. Any of these totes under here that are not for immediate projects are probably going to go to the other garage. I'm probably going to end up cutting this part of the shelf off, which means all our tubing that's up there has nowhere to go. So I might cut all our tubing in half, put it all on this side, move this over a little bit, move that over a little bit. Just making more room for everything in here. My vision right now is lighting. We need to get better lighting. I want lighting all the way to the wall. And then with the lighting being sucked, like if I walk right here in the middle of the garage, the lighting is fine, almost every direction, because all the lighting's in the middle here. But there's no way to reflect it off these red walls. These red walls, stupid idea. So we're gonna get white walls. We're gonna try and get white walls anyways. Painting over red's probably next to impossible. But I want this area right here, from where that fender piece is, all the way to that back corner and including the garage door, to be like a white background wall. And that's gonna give us a really good opportunity to take good thumbnails, to get good footage, and just overall like more space in that back corner. Believe it or not, 3 of these bags here actually came from the toolbox. So we're gonna get rid of all this shit. Anything that's on top of the car right now is gonna go in the car. That's like for this project, so it's just gonna stay in there for the time being. But yes, organize my life, and we're just gonna take things to the next level. I feel like I had to evolve from being me and stuck in my old habits to being new me, creating new habits, and then we'll, it's just gonna be easier. It's gonna be easier, trust me. We got rid of the Hellcat. The Hellcat was fun. I feel like it just didn't fill the void that I wanted to fill with like the original Hellcat. I had so much joy when we got the original Hellcat, and I was like, the new Hellcat's gonna make me feel the exact same way. And it didn't. But I must be getting older because this truck actually makes me feel in a way that I never thought a truck would make me feel. I love having the truck. I love the freedom of the truck. And I love having a truck that we can do everything with, because this will tow the trailers. This will do dump runs. This will go get lumber. It'll do, you could do stuff in the back seat. Like it's fully equipped. Never thunk I'd be a truck guy, but here we are. Dirty diesel. Race school class. I got a 3-hour Zoom meeting. I'm going to be getting my racing license, which will allow me to do endurance racing, sprint racing, stuff like that locally. It's something that I really like doing. I got a little sim rig right here. Look at that. All right, we finished our schooling in the Zoom meeting. It ended up being like 3.5, 4 hours, something like that. Headed this way 5 hours, so we can go to the racetrack, and then we actually get to do like a lapping day tomorrow morning. And I'm always trying to learn new skills. So lapping days, things that involve skill, you got to learn how to brake, turn. You can't turn and brake at the same time, stuff like that. It's just fun. I've always enjoyed like going faster on a track, and I don't know why I stuck to drag racing, but yeah. We're gonna lap the GTI. This is just our daily driver. Should be good enough. It's got some sticky tires on it. Hopefully the brakes are big enough, and we'll see what happens. We're here, Rad Torque Raceway, also Castro Raceway before. They changed name, changed owner. It's a little bit better now, I think. Usually I'm actually over here with all the drag racers, you know, racing on the drag strip, because that's where I used to live, 1,500 horsepower street cars. But today we're going to be lapping at this road course school, which gives me an opportunity to get my racing license, which allows me to do endurance racing or sprint racing, etc. So get this done out of the way, we'll get our license, we'll be able to come racing whenever we want. This 2016 GTI, it's all stock except for wheels and tires. It is the performance package, so it does have a bit bigger brakes on it. I believe these are the same size as the R brakes, but they're GTI. No mods to the engine or anything. It's like our daily driver. It is manual, so you will see me shifting. So this is Murphy's Formula Renault. Murphy, owner of Reboot Racing, he's actually local to us. And this is actually what I'm going to use to help me design my Formula kart. Luckily he's got like the Hewland gearbox back here. I would love to have something like that in mind, but not right now. The tub in this one is actually carbon fiber. Like the whole tub is a carbon fiber tub, and then the motor and the transmission are actually like a structural unit in this thing. So it is built sort of like how a Formula One car would be built. But after looking at stuff like the A-arms here and the uprights, I really overbuilt mine. So I really want to redo the front end, move the steering box higher in mine, make some custom front knuckles. But I'm going to use this dimensionally to help my car out just a little bit. I feel like I've gone so far with mine that I need to complete it, but I have also gone so far that I noticed that I built it wrong. So if we do a second Formula Kart, don't be shocked by it. It'll be better than the first one, but it's because I finally got to look at something like this. Mustang! I just filmed some of this with my GoPro. The rearview mirror is right in the way, and you can totally see my big fat face in the helmet. So with the race school, it's split between time in the car with an instructor and in the classroom reviewing stuff like braking zones and passing and safely passing and the flags and stuff like the apex of the corners and rotating the car with the brakes and weight transfer and stuff like that. Things that you're gonna need to know to improve your skills. Now, most people can hop in most cars and run, you know, pretty decent times. It's the extra little 10% where a lot of the fancy footwork, the knowing how to drive, rotating the car, getting on the power earlier, that's where the time is made up. And if you don't practice some of those things, you'll never be able to catch like the guy in front of you if you're doing some of these long endurance races. So I'm working on turn end points, I'm working on braking points, I'm working on getting on the throttle as fast as I can, opening up corners to make the straights longer. And when you're in the car with the instructors and stuff like that, it just makes it so much easier to figure out all this stuff. Now here I'm actually chasing down like a new S550 Mach 1. So these things make like 500 horsepower and they're a little bit heavier, but still those things were designed to take corners. But it just goes to show you that he didn't know the track as well as I knew it. I could take the corners a lot faster, so I would catch him in the corners. He would pull away from me a little bit on the straights. But to be honest, I was able to keep a lot of my momentum through the corner, so even getting onto the straight, I was able to keep up with the Mustang. So it just goes to show you that driving skill does matter, and knowing the course matters a lot. But this might be a lot more fun than racing with my wallet, if I'm being honest right now. Now, because this was a schooling, we were doing drive-by passing, so you could only pass on the straights and only if the car pointed you by, just so nobody ruined their daily driver car and got dented or scratched or whatever. I bet you I could have got this car eventually in the corners. Alrighty, we've been through like 4 sessions now. I did get some GoPro footage of the last 2. I'm getting a little more consistent, pushing it a little bit harder, but I'm also finding the limit of what the tires can do. Heat them up too much, they get too greasy. So being consistent and smooth is gonna keep down that surface temperature a little bit. Smooth, consistent is faster than like pushing and driving through the tire. Anybody interested in taking the course, it's a full day thing. You get 6 sessions out on track, 20 minutes each with your instructor. Get all classroom time. They teach you the corners, they teach you about apexing and tracking out and stuff like that. So it's very informative if you're looking to get into racing. And it's like 300 and some bucks. It's way cheaper than drag racing. That's one thing I'm noticing right now, way cheaper than drag racing. Even if I dummy these tires today, which I might actually, because the front left is actually getting pretty dummied. Just, it's a left front dominant track. You're still only out tires, man. I might have to get myself a track car. All right, back in town, time to get this junk out so we can get the GTI in here and see like how bad we messed it up. I'm limping because like Friday, I decided I was gonna run 15 kilometers and I did. Right here, those are my stats. For whatever reason, I was like, the universe is testing me right now. I wanted to quit so bad after 10K, and like 11K was my furthest run ever. So I said, frig it, universe, I'm gonna run 15K and you can't stop me. and I'm paying for it today, obviously. I think I might have smashed a few bugs on my way home. Yeah, just a couple of bugs. Alrighty, well it appears that I've dummied the middle of this tire. We were fighting with tire pressures because you can see that the tire is actually rolling over pretty far. And usually there's like a wear bar indicator on the side here, and when you roll it down, you don't want it to roll past that. We obviously have, so reducing out of the tires was just gonna make the tires roll over more. Inflating the tires makes the middle wear out more. So I don't know what the proper balance is for what we did here, but I definitely did it wrong. So the fronts are gonna go on the back. I'm actually gonna cross them because the front left takes the most punishment at this track. I'm gonna put a track layout here, and you'll see that there's a lot of long sweeping right-hand turns, which puts a lot of strain on the left-hand tire, and then there's not as many left-hand turns that have such high load. So this front right tire is actually not as bad as the front left. We're still gonna swap them corner to corner. Might get one more track day out of them. It might also be a good idea to just get 2 new front tires for the back and use the backs on the front, because the backs aren't so bad. Obviously in a front wheel drive car, like these aren't even down to the wear bars in the rear. Because in a front wheel drive car, you're asking the front tires to do the turning and the majority of the braking and the accelerating. So there's a lot more strain on the front tires, and the rears are just all along for the ride, basically. You could cut that part of the car off and still run the car. You've seen it on the internet before. Monster truck suspension. I didn't know GTIs came with rally suspension. Look at that. You could totally jump this thing if you wanted. It's also got little arrow bits. I've seen it under here. So there's like a deflector under here that like pushes air into the brakes.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
To help cool them?
Help cool the brakes, yeah.
Having a GTI is sick though.
Oh, this piece is broken a bit, but it's okay.
That might have been from like snow or something.
This GTI is pretty sick.
Not gonna lie, like GTI was a good move. Maybe one day we'll have an R, but the GTI, I love it.
It is pretty sick.
Yeah.
While we're in here, we're gonna check the brake pads and stuff too, just because we've never done it since we owned the car. These are actually bigger brakes, because I remember when we bought it, it was the performance pack.
Yes.
It was like, so it has the bigger front brakes on it.
Is that not just part of the GTI package anyways?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, so those are actually pretty big brakes. They are worn a little bit for sure. Like you can tell because there's a big ridge right here on the brakes.
Okay.
And our pads are definitely worn down a bunch.
I mean, it is a 2016 and there's a really good chance they've never been changed, so, right?
Yeah, the inside pad, there's still a little bit on there. Like there's still a bit of meat on there.
So we should leave it, but be prepared or what?
Yeah, we definitely got to be prepared to change them out.
Those rims though. Honestly, the red rims with like
The teal car?
the teal
Oh, right
and
here.
the little like the red trim, I feel like it just puts it together so nice. Where?
Right here you can see like a little tiny bend. Like see how it straightens out?
Oh yes. That one's just small though compared to the other one.
The other one is really big, yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
I already like cracked all these loose, so they were already like a bit loose. So I'm not like breaking them loose with the impact gun.
I like how you clarified that.
Well, that's how you end up breaking like the tools.
Oh,
Yeah. So there's the difference between the front and the rear tires.
whoa.
Yeah, there's a bit of tread difference there. Like I said, these things are almost like in a new shape, except for the outside corner. You can see the outside corner is rolling, and that's because, you know,
Oh yeah, I guess.
through the turns. But like these are good for another session for sure.
At least
These-
as a front tire too.
Yeah, and I think you'll get away with these on the back.
For now anyways.
For now. They won't be that good in the rain though. So whenever you feel like you want to do a track day, and then we've got to do some maintenance.
Wipe away those bugs, Kyle.
I mean, I collected them, so. Get the majority of them away, and then I can use like the little detail spray just to freshen it up.
Yeah, it do be looking kind of crunchy.
It definitely is crunchy. Strong?
Yeah, strong.
Also, for like the super OGs, you'll remember that we had like a fire in our town in 2016, and I think I filmed a portion of it and put it on my channel way back then. But yeah, there's another fire like 15 kilometers outside of town. It's 15 square kilometers, or even bigger than that. It's like 45 square kilometers now, actually.
It was at like 2,000 hectares or
Yeah,
so,
it's
approximately.
45 or 55 now.
Really?
Yeah, but it's moving south of town, thankfully, but
good.
like one direction, like wind change direction, and it's coming straight for us, and it's not far away. So
And it's not under control either. Like they haven't been able to hold it, so
it's out of control. So if we make a hiatus here soon, it's because, you know, the town's on fire. Just so you know.
too bad I got it now.
Monster truck. Not so monster truck.
Race car.
Race car now. It is a good little race car.
It is a good little race car. I love it. I love it. Oh, that big rim though. Rip. Oh, you can see better this way actually.
That pothole life, you could see it, yeah. See it?
Whoops. Oh man.
Pothole life.
Rip. Actually, that's another cosplay I want to do, is a Buggy the Clown one.
It shouldn't be too hard.
No. But,
Just don't talk about his nose.
just don't talk about his nose, that's true.
As you can see, the garage got a lot cleaner. There's a lot of things that I've been doing behind the scenes that just don't end up on camera, and that's why I haven't made a video on my full channel yet. The Formula cart, everything is getting prepped for that to come over for the main channel. I got my racing license so I can go racing. Gina got our nose thing done, so that was a lot of running back and forth to Calgary done. The house is looking a lot better inside too, because I spent a lot of time reorganizing the house. Like I said, reorganize my whole life, get everything to where I feel like I can be super productive and enjoy it at the same time. And I'm actually getting super excited for the Formula cart to come back over. I have big plans for it. I think I'm going to redo the whole front suspension thing in it and do the steering better, and it's just going to be a better cart. I'll see you guys again soon. I'm still going to do some of these vloggy behind the scenes stuff because I enjoy them. It's like where my roots started, and I just don't feel like the main channel is good for stuff like this, so that's why we got the second channel. Peace easy. Get that V.